Welcome to the show, everybody. I am TruePowerIsMine, and this is Special Report.
Well, I just called to say, hey, I just called this brother to say hi, and once again, he puts me on the radio show. Second, he goes, well, since I got you, can I have you for a half hour? Even by colored people's time, I think I've already given him a half hour. I've given your listeners enough information for them to not believe anything I say, but to stimulate their minds to go out there and what we call grounds for further research. So today, what did we learn in class, children? One, George Holliday tried to give the only tape of the Rodney King beating the LAPD, and they told him to get the fuck out the police station, so he gave it to Channel 5 News. Number two, what did we learn? Under Jimmy Carter, FEMA was created for natural disaster. They screwed Jimmy Carter to make sure he didn't get reelected, and under Ollie North, Ronald Reagan, and Louis Jafita, they took FEMA and turned it into a response for domestic terrorism. Now, of course, they can do a false flag and make you think this is a domestic terrorist group, but now FEMA's job is to respond to terrorism. That's why when Michael Brown went down to New Orleans for Hurricane Katrina, he didn't know what the fuck to do because that wasn't his job. Wait a minute, this ain't a riot. We're for rioting now. We don't give a shit about no damn natural disaster. So, FEMA today, under their job, you learned about Operation Garden Plot and Rex 84. Now, mind you, during the Iran-Contra hearings, Ali North was asked, well, you were not told by the president to do these things. What gives you the right to do these things? We are members of the National Security Council. We are better informed than the president. In the event of a national state of emergency, we will simply suspend the U.S. Constitution and Bill of Rights and round 25 million blacks. And at that point, in a way from Hawaii, Medal of Honor recipient, stop all in go, we're talking about national security here. We can't discuss this. We have to discuss this behind closed doors. He specifically stated we would round up 25 million blacks. Do you want to know what the population of blacks were in the United States during that Iran-Contra hearing?
How many?
25 million blacks. He didn't say the black folks who were not members of the Boule. He didn't say the black folks who are not recipients of the Spingard Medal. He didn't say blacks who are the Uncle Toms that are running all these churches that are telling black folks to turn in their neighbors. He said 25 million blacks.
That's each and every one of us.
And anything I'm telling you right now, you can find on the internet. That was all in North during the Iran-Contra hearings. That's how the average white American found out about Garden Plot and Rex 84. I was like, damn, this motherfucker said this. Dude, I had PBS, because see, back in those days, PBS, because, Reagan hadn't cut all their budget yet. You laughing. I'm telling you straight out. So let me tell you, PBS would do a special on how corrupt some corporation was. And then after Reagan cut the budget for PBS and also for all the programs like Sesame Street and all that, but National Public Radio, the following year, PBS was using the same companies that they had done investigations on. They were now the biggest sponsors and contributors to the TV show. And you don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Exactly.
All right? So what happened was, you saw me, you heard me talk to you today about Garden Plot, Rex 84, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. What else did we learn today? We learned today that the Trump family's from Germany, and like Hitler, Trump was elected. If you study the Weimar Republic before Hitler took rise to power, you will see all the things being done in the United States today. And for all you folks out there who want to impeach Trump, let me remind you who becomes president. And who would that be, sir?
Michael Pence.
And where's he from, sir?
He is from the great state of Indiana.
And what is the most racist state on the in the United States?
Oh, the great state of Indiana.
And what state did he actually have a law passed that the citizens could shoot cops if they thought their constitutional rights were violated?
The great state of Indiana.
And what governor stated that even if your daughter was raped, she has to have that baby because God intended for her to be pregnant, so there will be no morning after pill and there will be no abortion.
That too would be Mr. Pence.
And who was sponsored by IHOP, International House of Prayer. And the leader of IHOP, Michael Bickle, stated, you know, the Jews got what they wanted and the Jews got what they deserved because they never switched over to Christianity during World War II. So for all these folks out there who think that Israel is our ally, these evangelicals don't like the Jews. They're using Israel to have a position over there in the Middle East, but they plan on wiping those guys out because they've always hated the Jews. Because they still say that the Jews killed Jesus Christ. First of all, Caesar, Pontius Pilate, they were Romans.
Right. Italian.
They don't even realize that Jesus Christ was a Palestinian. And now if you even speak out against Israel, you can lose your radio show. You can lose your TV show. That's the guy from CNN who just got fired because he spoke out and said that Palestinians should have human justice. This guy speaks at the United Nations saying that everybody are human beings and they should have justice too. He just lost his job at CNN. You're laughing. I'm serious. It's a heart attack. They're passing these laws where all these congressmen are signing a declaration that they will never support anyone that comes out on this BDS issue and wants to boycott Israel for something violating human rights violations.
They're covering their own.
Covering my ass, dude, that's called a violation of First Amendment right. If you even go out on the street and protest Israel, you will now lose your job. You cannot be arrested, dude. They're talking about giving you 25 years in prison. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess maybe I should hang on a couple of seconds. Why don't we Google this one? Israel BDS. See what you come up with.
Okay, hold on.
Because you don't seem to be too familiar on this. But that's what's going on. I'll tell you what, there's something going on because right now there are thousands of people around the United States that are going into hospitals with flu-like symptoms, but they don't have the flu. And the doctors don't know what it is. Well, you know, it ain't no big surprise to me.
It's that biological agent they release. It's time to cull the herd.
Hey, man. Got to reduce the population, you damn useless eaters.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for watching the video. This is True Power is Mine. As always, live your life with integrity, without hate, without envy, and or greed. Peace. Also, support me on Patreon. Patreon /join/TruePowerIsMine. I'm out of here.